Hey guys, it's Chase here on Gemmy Animatronics, and yes, it is me. This is not a pre-recorded video or anything. It is me. I'm sure a lot of you thought that Christmas was over, but here is one final Christmas present, an official video, or sorry, a new official video, a current video from the one and only Inflatable God. But what I have for you guys today is the Gemmy 2008, yes, 2008, 6-foot tall, life-size animated pirate skeleton, Dead-Eye Drake, as the box says. This is kind of just like an add-in to the video because I think I completely forgot to mention this. He was sold at Buy Costumes and Grandin Road. I believe those are the only two places that he was. I mean, as far as we know, those are the only two places he was sold. He may have been sold maybe somewhere else, but as far as we know, he was just online. And I do actually have the original receipt to him, which is awesome. It says Buy Costumes in the box. Really, really cool. So yeah, those are the only two places that he was sold, which, as far as we know, so that's why he's pretty hard to find. So, if you can find this model, get him. Like, I don't care if it's like broken or whatever. Like, just having the head itself is just freaking awesome. Now, this is an item that I picked up months ago. I mean, like months and months ago. I think I picked this up. Oh man, like probably August or September. So it was a great deal ago. So I picked this up a long while ago, and I got this from a lot that was on some weird bidding website that I had never heard of before. And I'm pretty sure I may have already made a video on an item that I've gotten from that lot. I think it was Hex. I did a video on. So I got a bunch of items from that lot. But I only went to pick up this Dead-Eye Drake initially, because this is the only item that I was really bidding on. They had a few Gemmy life sizes, but it was mostly just, you know, some Spirit stuff. They had some YJ stuff, just really just stuff that you would have found at Spirit or online items. So I went to go pick up this Drake, and I really regretted buying, or not buying, a lot of the stuff that they had there. So I actually found the person that bought a lot of the stuff that they had there, and I ended up getting a lot more items off of them, along with getting some items off my friend Liam, who also was bidding on some stuff that he just wanted me to pick up for him. So in the end, I ended up walking out with a lot of stuff from the lot, but Drake right here is basically the only reason why I went there in the first place, because it was like a 2-hour drive, but this was the big ticket item that I was bidding on, along with some other people that were also bidding on it. So unfortunately, I ended up paying around like $250. Actually, no, I think it was more like $300, which at the time to me seemed like a really good deal, just because I had been wanting a Drake, and really I mean, that's kind of like an eBay price, from what I understand. Like, typically you don't see Dead-Eye Drakes in like really good working order on eBay, but so I didn't really have anything to base it off of, so I was like, alright, 300 is my max, and somehow the person that was bidding against me ended up like bidding $1 under what my price was, and I was like, did I win? I really couldn't tell for a good couple hours, because it had legit stopped at my max bid. So I was like, did I win on this? Did I not? I don't know. Did they like beat me? And I was just confused the entire time. Then I finally got a order confirmation in my email. I was like, let's go. I got this thing. So here he is. When I got him, he did not really do anything, which sucked, because the description said that he was fully working, he was great, it was the most amazing thing you would have ever seen. The mouth was split, the head was split, the body turn was split, and the sound didn't work. The only thing that worked on him was the arm, which, I mean, I kind of expected that one to work, because I don't really see the arm splitting on, you know, these guys or Jasons or really anything often. I mean, I have a Jason with a split arm, you know, knock on wood, but I don't really see the arms splitting on these guys very often. So I got it home. The biggest disappointment was that the sound didn't work, so after I fixed all the movements on him, which was pretty easy. I mean, it's just like, it's set up like any other horror life size. It has like the body turn and everything, and obviously the mouth movements is pretty easy to fix too. Because fortunately there's no mask on him or anything. You just have to take off the hat and unscrew, you know, whatever. So that was pretty self-explanatory and pretty easy. I've worked on a cartoon Drake before, so I knew what I was doing when I was going in there. But the sound kind of stumped me, because I thought that it would either just be a loose wire, or the potentiometer for the volume control was bad, or it was the amplifier, or it was, a couple capacitors that were bad. So I started replacing components on the board, and along with replacing the potentiometer and just a lot of other things. But I got the same result every single time. No sound whatsoever. A little pop when you would plug it in, but that was about it. There was no static or anything coming from the speaker, so I was kind of getting concerned that the actual pin on the chip was fried that outputs sound. Well, I tested that with an external speaker. I connected the speaker directly to the point on the chip that outputs sound. So I connected that directly to my speaker, and fortunately there was sound coming out. Well, this was a few days before I was shipping out to Great Lakes, Illinois for boot camp. I didn't have time to mess with it or anything or do anything else. I didn't have time to sit and wait for more components to come because I was leaving in a few days. So I contacted my friend CJ Webler, who was, really willing to work on this for me. There was no like, it's going to be a pain or whatever. No, he was like, yeah, I will do this for you. Don't even worry about it. So I sent it off to him, and he started to work on it. And then when I came back from boot camp, he let me know. Well, first of all, when I came back, I saw either the board that I sent him or a new board or whatever. There was a package from him that had arrived. So I contacted him and was like, hey, just give me some updates. What ended up happening? So he told me that the original board, just the sound would not work. He's really good at what he does, and I mean, we just couldn't figure out what happened to it. Like, I don't know, I couldn't figure it out, and I'm sure he tested some other stuff too, so we just couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. Well, he was able to find the exact board that goes to this model, which I don't know how he did that, because for those of you that don't know, this 2008 model is pretty hard to come by from what I understand. It's a pretty coveted model as well. So the fact that he was able to find the board to it, like the exact board, was pretty impressive. Now the board itself had some issues. As far as I know, the components on it were fine, but there was just a lot of jacked up traces, which I don't really understand how that happened. The original owner maybe did something to it, or maybe after that, I don't know. But he was able to repair the traces on it. He did a great job. I thought the board would be like, in complete just trash shape from what he was describing, but I got it, and he did a really good job on repairing it. So huge shout out to CJ Webler for that. Really appreciate it. Not only him taking a look at the original board, but also finding me a new board and repairing the traces and everything. I mean, like I said, he's really good at what he does. If you need a board repair and you either don't have time to do it like I did, or you just don't really know what you're doing, really good prices as well. He did not really charge me like that much at all for it, so really appreciate it. So now he is in fully working order. Obviously, the first thing I did when I got him was I plugged in the output for sound, just to see, and of course, it was working. Actually, the friend that picked this item up with me was with me when I put the board in, and we just kind of like started smiling as soon as Drake started talking, because he had a voice again. I mean, this was the first time that we had heard it since we hooked up the external speaker onto the chip itself, so it was really, really cool to hear. But yeah, guys, with all that being said, I know, long backstory, I apologize. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos, so there's just like a lot to say, and I always forget that time goes by fast when you're just, talking, so I apologize that videos, it's probably like 12 minutes at this point already, so I apologize for my yapping. But yeah, guys, with all that being said, this being the 2008 model, it does have a couple different details on it that the 2007 or below ones just don't have, or I feel like are lacking. And I do say lacking because I don't think that the upgrades that this one has, and I do call them upgrades, I don't think that the differences that this one has are just, random crap that they had added, whatever, just we'll put this and this and this, just make it a little bit different. No, I genuinely think that this is the best model of Drake that you can have because it does have those upgrades on it. One of the biggest ones, I think, being the fact that it has more detail on the face. It's got those same pink marks in the face that the 2008 candelabra skeleton from Target has. And I did review that one on this channel. It also has the same face mold, and I guess if they use the same mold that they had changed, because it also has a hole in the top of the nose where you would put a sensor in there, but because this one doesn't have the circuit board in the head like the 2008 candelabra skeleton has, there's no sensor there, so there's just like kind of like a missing hole. But typically I think they would usually put like a little plastic piece in the nose or something to kind of hide that. but they did not do that with this one. So there's just kind of like a hole there where you can see like where a sensor would go, but that's not that big of a deal. But yeah, the biggest thing is the fact that it has that pink stuff on the face, which I absolutely love. But I also think that there is more detail on the costume itself. I was comparing my model to a 2007. The overall paint on it, like the dark spots and stuff, it looked a little bit different. Like there were like bigger splotches, some areas that had it and some areas that didn't. I think that there was a big difference on the white part, like his collar. I think there was like more paint there, or maybe the 2007 one didn't even have that. I don't remember. There was some difference with that. So he just overall has more detail on him, which is awesome. But he also has the Jason arm mech, so his arm moves fast. Now I know that there is another model of this that has that is older, but it also carried over to the 2008, which I absolutely love. So you're not only getting that awesome fast arm movement, but you're getting the great detail on it as well. And then of course you have the box too, which just has that awesome 2008 through I think 2009 or 10, just that green box art. It looks awesome. You know, I love that. That's definitely up there with one of my favorite box arts, and especially it being on a black box as well. It really completes it. Like it just looks awesome. But yeah, with all that being said, I will get an up close look at it for you guys. Like I said, I do want to show some of the other details on it, and I'm going to look at my phone to see the other details with the older Drakes as well, because like I said, I looked and I compared it with Scaretastic, you know, one of my good friends. I compared it with his Drake, and there were some notable differences, and I just cannot for the life of me remember what any of them are. So yeah guys, I will go ahead and get up close look at them for you guys and show you all what the differences are. Alrighty guys, so here he is up close. Like I said, there's a few things to go over, and a couple things that I was kind of comparing with my phone, which I'll actually get out right now and show you guys. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and go over him. So as you can see right off the bat, you can see he does have the pink on the face, which is awesome. Again, it's just like the candelabra skeleton from Target, so I love that pink detail on the face. My friend Dark Shadows Reviews actually has this exact Drake, and he's the one that made me want to get a Drake in the first place because it had that extra detail on the face. And I thought his was just like a defect or something, but because I couldn't find like his model on there. But then I saw this one pop up near me with that pink on the face. I was like, holy crap, I gotta get it. Here is that missing plastic right there on the nose I was talking about. Or it's not really missing, but it's just like there's the cutout where the sensor would go if he had a sensor, which he does not. You can see that there's a little bit of difference in the detail with like his, again, I don't know what you'd call this, but you can see that there's like red marks and stuff on this one kind of, and there's no red marks on there. But also there's a couple different images I was looking at, like, I'm trying to see. Right here, there's like no paint or whatever whatsoever right there. But again, you have a lot here. So it's just, like I said, I think it really just depends on what model you get, or not even that, just like who is assembling yours. Because again, you've got, yeah, with this one right here, you've got like more of like a rusty look to it. Like there's like, you know, different, like there's like brownish on it. But with this one, it's just like the black, but it's bigger splotches. Like it's a lot more messy, you know. And again, you've got it on the you've got the same like splotches and stuff, like on his bandana and stuff right here. Like just the big splotches that the older ones just don't seem to have. So I do really like that. And I think the cuts on him, like the cuts on his costume, are the exact same. It's likely the same pattern that they were using, but again, the detail and stuff, like the big splotches and stuff, like those, that seems to be the biggest difference as far as like the paint on the clothing. You can see that unlike on the cartoon Drake, difference from mine, because mine actually has these exact same accessories, because mine is the ground and road one, but you can see that it's unlike the the cartoon Drake. This is actually painted and stuff. It's not really shiny. I mean, on the inside, it's kind of shiny because they didn't really put that much paint. But on the outside, you can see it's just got a lot of paint here, so it's covering like the shiny bits to kind of show it's more dirty. Same thing with the sword here. I do really prefer the shiny accessories. I mean, I know this fits him a lot more, but I do wish that my cartoon Drake had these shiny accessories, because it's, I mean, this does not really look good on my cartoon Drake. You can see the hair on mine is actually decently straight. I mean, there's some areas, yeah, you know, where it's trying to come up, and you can just kind of push that down. you know, kind of fraying a little bit, or frizzy right there. But overall, it's pretty straight, which is odd because this is the type of hair that really likes to tangle. Like, this is like that thick hair that just, I mean, you touch it and it's just tangled. So somehow the original owners of this were able to keep it like almost perfect. Like, I even think if you got this brand new in the box, like, there would still be some of this frizziness or whatever. So just awesome that they were able to keep it in that shape. You can see down here, again, you've got that great detail. It's also like, it's like paint, like, it's not even like stains, like, this is like thick paint, like, you can like crease it and like it feels like some sort of like coating or whatever, like, it's really thick on there. But here is the base. He is the only character that has this wooden square base, and I love it. I love how this one has that different square base. I think if you go on Google, there's a picture of him, like a sample picture, where he just has like the regular base, but that they ended up changing it, which I think it looks a lot better like this. Like, it just gives him, it just gives him more personality, I think. The fact that he has a different base like this. Like, he's not the only character that has a square base, but he is the only one that has this wooden base, and it just looks, you know, super awesome. On the back here, you can see he's got, you know, all of his features right here. Like, he's got Try Me, which I'll actually try to show the back right here. He's got a Try Me, on sensor, mic and auxiliary. But the mic and auxiliary does work. I do have the microphone I can show you guys. He's got the 9-volt intake, right, or the input, volume control, and then of course this mic input right there. That's completely empty because he has a wireless mic. He does not have the wired mic, and I think the wireless mic is so much better. I mean, I'm okay with the wired mics. I mean, they're fine, but I think that the wireless mic, although I guess they're easier to lose, they're, you know, so much cooler. And I actually will show him on the wireless mode right now, because when I activated him, I did not show that whatsoever. So I actually got this one from Peter because he did not come with the wireless microphone. So it says Zoltan on it, but
you can see I can talk into it like this, like so you can just talk into it like regularly. I do have them on a pretty high volume right now. This is Dead-Eye Drake.
You can talk into it using the microphone. It just takes a 9-volt, and I think he's one of the only characters that actually does all of his animation on the microphone mode. Like, his arm will go up, body turn, head movement, mouth movement. Like, it's honestly, or I think I'm trying to see if his arm goes up. I'm pretty sure it does. If I talk long enough, then his body should turn. I thought it does too. Okay, so maybe the arm does not go up. Maybe it doesn't go out. I think it's just the side to side, or sorry, his body turn and his mouth movement in the head. So that might be the only thing it does. I thought the arm goes up, but I guess not. But either way, really, really cool that a lot of his other animations are incorporated, just given the fact that really any other character, it's kind of just the head and the mouth. And sometimes it's not even that. Like, sometimes I think it's just the, no, most of the time it's just the head and the mouth. I'm thinking of like the dancing characters that like won't dance, like they'll just move their mouth and head, which is really, really dumb. But yeah, that's pretty much it up close. I will show the box real quick, how cool that looks. You can see it's just the regular green box detail. This is only one-sided, but you can see it says 2008 right there, big and bold on the box. Awesome Gemmy logo. You can see that it's got the sample on the box right here, where the face just looks completely different. And he also does not have any paint or anything on the little neck piece right there. Again, I don't know what you'd call it, but it's missing that. And it looks like he's got some more cuts on the on his red clothing right there. This doesn't really like it kind of just stops at that right there. Like, there's rips and stuff down here, but there's no like hole up here or anything like that one has. And then it just has like the again, the wooden base right there. Collapses for easy storage. Yes, he does. He does indeed. And it's like they broke the mouth right there when they tried to put him down. That's funny. But yeah, that's pretty much it with him. You can see here's the lot sticker that I got him. But yeah, so I will go ahead and activate him for you guys. Alrighty guys, so I got him plugged in. I'm currently using a Cauldron Witch adapter on him because the one that he came with was just one of those standard like horror life size adapters, like one of those like flat ones. Like it's still, it's kind of hard to explain. Like anybody that's owned a horror life size, you'll know what adapter I'm talking about. But it's one of like those flat ones, but it's like also tall as well. Those ones have an issue with like amperage, where over time it won't output the correct amount of amperage. Like the voltage will stay the same. It's not like the old blocky ones that like the voltage will just instantly go from like 6 volts to 12 or 13 volts. Like no, it's not like that. It's just the amperage doesn't output the correct amount of amperage. So when I first plugged it in, he would turn his body to the side and then he would just cut out completely. And I was like, uh-oh. But no, I'm using a different adapter on him now and he works perfectly fine. So here he is.
Yarr. So you've come for me treasure, have you? Stay away from me, treasure! Scallywag! Yeah!
I also have his volume turned down a good amount just because he's one of those ones that gets really, really distorted when you have him turned all the way up. And his audio is unfortunately, for whatever reason, pretty compressed to begin with. I don't know why it's like that. I don't know why they compress his audio so much. But on top of it being distorted when you turn it all the way up, it just does not sound great. So I do have it turned down a little bit. But I will turn it up if, just to kind of show how loud it gets.
Never, ever trust a pirate, lest you want to end up like me.
Also, I'm sorry if the sword is blocking his face. It does have that issue.
Something wicked is about to happen. I can feel it in me bones.
And I will play through his explanations one more time because he only has 3 phrases, which again is why I'm like, why did they compress the audio so much? It makes absolutely no sense.
Yarr. So you've come for me treasure, have you? Stay away from me, treasure! Scallywag! Yeah!
And I will also, like I said, show what it sounds like with the volume turned all the way up. It is pretty noisy.
Never, ever trust a pirate, lest you want to end up like me. Something wicked is about to happen. I can feel it in me bones.
So yeah guys, that's pretty much it with him. Again, awesome life size. If you are going to get a Deadeye Drake, this is the model that you want, I'm telling you. The pink on his face looks great. The animation is super fast. It works really well. The detail as far as like just the dirt and black marks and just burns or whatever on his costume and the rips and everything, awesome. Like I said, I think this one has like the most detailed costume, or one of the most. I don't know. I was looking on Google and trying to compare the images, and like some of them have good detail, some of them don't. So it may just depend on like, you know, how much the the factory, whoever was working on your item cared. You know, I mean, some of them had really great detail, some of them didn't. So I guess it really just depended on which assembly person you got. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Oh, here he goes.
Yarr. So you've come for me, treasure, have you? Stay away from me, treasure! Scallywag!
Yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Really hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys again next time.